Amelia has always enchanted those around her with her striking beauty, earning compliments from family and friends alike. Even as a child, she exudes an air of grace and charm, leaving a lasting impression on everyone she meets. At a tender age, Amelia's mom enters Amelia in a child beauty pageant, where Amelia is Miss Florida. She puts makeup on her, helps her with her looks, and tells her that she looks beautiful. She always says that if she had to choose between Amelia being smart and Amelia being beautiful, she'd choose beautiful every time. Amelia grows up to become a gorgeous fashion model. As she graces the runway in one of her modeling gigs, she catches the eye of a wealthy businessman named Harry. Harry and Amelia fall in love, and Amelia soon moves into Harry's mansion to live with him. Everything is going great for Amelia, and her life is like a fairy tale. One morning, Amelia awakens alone in their bed. Following a banging sound, she finds Harry in his home office building a high shelf on a wall. Pleasantly surprised, she compliments him for being so handy since it's a side of him that she hasn't seen. He tells her that he was inspired, so instead of bringing someone in to do the job like he usually does, he just built it himself. When Amelia asks whether it's for his golf trophies or books, Harry simply replies that the shelf is for her.
Is it for your golf trophies?
No, it's for you.
This prompts Amelia to kiss him and thank him for his sweet gesture of creating more room for her stuff. The sweet happiness on her face turns into confusion, however, when he clarifies that it's for her to sit on.
It's not for your stuff.
Okay. You want me to sit on the shelf?
Yes.
How would you react if you were Amelia? Share your thoughts in the comments and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss other movie recap from us. Trying to show Amelia how perfect the setup is, Harry explains that he has tested all the other walls and that this one is by far the best as it has a perfect view of the pool and him whenever he's seated at his work desk. He says that if he could just gaze up at her whenever he wanted, it would make him feel invincible. He adds that looking up at her will remind him of what he has, while also preventing him from losing sight of what truly matters, which will in turn inspire him to always strive for success and launch 100 businesses. As she starts to understand that he's really asking her to sit on the shelf like it's her full-time job, Amelia reminds him of the fact that she actually has a job. Harry believes that she's too extraordinary to live an ordinary life and encourages her to quit modeling. He reminds her of her constant complaints about photographers being creepy and her abusive working hours. When she asks what he's going to do while she's up there, he says that he's just going to worship her and make sure that she never has to worry about anything ever again. He tells her not to mind what other people will say because it's their relationship and that all she has to do is sit on the shelf and be loved. After Harry tells her that it will make him the happiest man on earth, Amelia finally agrees to his proposal. He assists her as she climbs up the ladder so that she can safely get to her shelf and hands her a pillow so she can be comfortable. After Harry removes the ladder, Amelia is stuck on the shelf. He begins to bring her breakfast and anything else she needs while she simply sits. Their wedding day arrives, and during the reception, Harry gives Amelia, who is sitting on the shelf in her wedding dress, a glass of champagne. He then addresses their guests and gives a toast. Later that night, he climbs up the ladder so he can kiss her and be intimate with her. As expected, Amelia stays on the shelf full-time, looking glamorous. One time, as Harry sees her exercising on the shelf, he hangs up on a business call, saying he needs to speak with his associates. Amelia laughs and apologizes for distracting him, but Harry tells her that the people on the business call are the ones distracting him from her.
Are you kidding? They're distracting me from you.
He soon uses every excuse there is to shower Amelia with material things. One day, Harry approaches Amelia, who is eating on the shelf, and greets her with a happy birthday. When she tells him that it's not her birthday, he gives her jewelry, saying he doesn't have to wait for her actual birthday to spoil her. Another day comes and Harry surprises Amelia, who is reading a magazine on the shelf, with a beautiful pastel bouquet. He greets her Happy Bastille Day, prompting Amelia to laugh and comment that neither one of them is French. Another day, Harry enters the room and blows a kiss to a sleepy Amelia before leaving for work. The housekeeper, who is always in the room cleaning when he gives Amelia gifts, asks Amelia if she has no gift for the day. Amelia tells her that a kiss is still a very thoughtful gift and that she thinks it is better than jewelry. While she says this, the smile on Amelia's face fades, as if she's not convinced by her own words. One day, Harry enters his home office and walks straight to his desk without even glancing at Amelia. When he looks up and sees Amelia on the shelf, he's startled as if he has forgotten that she's there. He proceeds to greet her, "Morning, darling," with a smile on his face. He continues to work the days at his desk, but we can see an obvious shift in his treatment towards her. The Harry who used to gaze up at her all the time and who couldn't get enough of her is now glued to his screen and either responds in short, dead-end answers or completely ignores her when she talks to him. When Amelia starts to hum, Harry asks her to be quiet.
Honey.
Days have now passed, and Harry appears to become increasingly more disinterested in Amelia. Wishing that he would just gaze up at her, she mouths, "Look at me," to a busy Harry who's glued to his laptop screen. Adding salt to the wound, he asks his housekeepers to help him flip his desk around to face the window instead of her. When Amelia opposes this change and asks Harry about it, he tells her that it's just a change of scenery because natural light is better for his eyes. A hurt and furious Amelia drops the argument, but silently cries as she stares at Harry, who continues to work with his back facing her. 3 years have now passed, and one day, when Amelia hears someone entering the mansion, she readies herself to greet Harry. When the sound of the footsteps fades, she calls out to him, but he doesn't answer. She continues to scream, but no one checks on her. Feeling neglected, Amelia tearfully admits that she can't do it anymore and jumps off the shelf, which her to fall on the floor. She goes out to the pool, walking and feeling the sun's warmth for the first time in years. Extremely happy about her freedom, Amelia dips her toes in the pool and dances and skips as she walks around the mansion. Finding a postal service vehicle outside the mansion, Amelia hitchhikes to the city. She dances her way around the city and greets everyone she sees, most of whom are confused about her overflowing enthusiasm. She then excitedly rides on a random guy's Vespa and briefly joins the people doing yoga at the park. She heads to the beach and is extremely delighted upon seeing the sea. She dances around on the sand before swimming in her blue and gold dress. Later, she approaches a couple to ask for an extra towel.
You guys have an extra towel that I could use?
No. Sorry.
But since they don't have one, she just goes around the city completely soaked. Amelia enters a cosmetic store where she fixes her makeup. A sales lady named Jordan strikes up a conversation with her and compliments her on how she did her makeup. When she asks if she's a makeup artist, Amelia responds by saying that she simply sits like a trophy for a very wealthy man. Jordan comments, "Well, so long as you're happy, huh? That's what my mother always said." This prompts Amelia to share how her mother always told her that if she had to choose between Amelia being smart or beautiful, she would choose beautiful every single time.
My mother always said, if I had to choose between you being smart and you being beautiful, I would choose beautiful every time.
When Jordan says, "Well, lucky for you, you don't have to choose," Amelia smiles delightedly and is suddenly hit with the realization that she can be both and that she never thought of that. Jordan tells her that people can be very judgmental, and Amelia thanks her for not being one of them. When Jordan asks Amelia whether she can bring her anything and informs her that she works on a commission basis, Amelia tells her that she doesn't have any money and ends up leaving. She returns to the mansion and, with the help of the fire poker, she pours all her energy into destroying the shelf she was put on. 1 whole year later, women of all ages line up for the grand opening of Amelia's cosmetic store. Inside, Amelia sits on her own shelf across the entrance door, welcoming customers and telling her staff that their display is running out, which is a good thing as they've already managed to sell most units. We then see a woman entering the store together with her young daughter. When the girl asks her mom why Amelia is sitting on a shelf, the mom responds that maybe Amelia likes it up there. When the girl asks if she can also sit on a shelf one day, her mom responds with, "Not a chance." After the mom goes to check out the store's cosmetic products, the girl tells Amelia how pretty she is, and Amelia thanks her.
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
As the girl walks away, Amelia begins to explain that it's not just about beauty, but since she's on a shelf, she can't catch up to her and decides to let it go. Amelia is disappointed upon realizing that despite her efforts to prove that she's more than just a pretty face, she's still only admired for her beauty, and that people still equate her worth to her physical beauty only, but she decides to let it go and continues to greet the other customers. And that's the end. What do you make of this story? Share your thoughts and let us know in the comments.